Hello, everyone, and welcome to another Meticulous Talk Saturday night stream. I am Cursor Chords, and tonight my guest is.
Grand pause. Hello, Cursor.
Hello, so glad to have you.
So glad to be here. Excited for what is sure to be a great match between two very skilled players.
Absolutely. This is our last of the Upper Bracket Quarterfinals. The only two players we have not seen yet are Bugle and Pancake, two perennially very strong players. Pancake is a sort of, perennial contender in the Continentals and basically any tournament he enters in. Famed or perhaps infamous for playing Farm. And Bugle, I'm sure, needs no introduction.
But just in case we wanted to give him one.
Sure. Yes. Multi-continental champion. Pretty much, has done all kinds of things in the past. I guess you've known him longer than me. Is there any kind of style that he favors more than others?
That is a great question. I would think that more recently he has been leaning on the aggro to mid-range side of things. Soleno is definitely a main that he's fallen in love with since Sequestria came out and has produced a variety of decks using her. I've seen less play on the combo side from him in recent years, although we know he's certainly capable of not only piloting but also building the lists. So, a jack of all trades.
Absolutely. And he's honestly, both of these players brought some relatively offbeat lists to the Invitational. Bugle perhaps more so. Pancake, some farm, some mid range, some aggro. So I think this promises to be a pretty interesting match between the two of them.
Good, I'm excited to see it. Do we want to take a look at the first decks they're going to be running?
Sure, let's. I suppose we shall start with Bugle's first deck. Alrighty. So this is the deck that he calls Untitled Soleno Combo, I think. Modified to some extent because of the format of the Invitational. Soleno main with yellow. Lots of ways to score lots of points, which is kind of the point of the deck. Tempest Shadow to flip his Soleno back over, and then blue and yellow point acceleration. Well, not point acceleration, just kind of game acceleration.
Yep, Soleno having a built-in point scoring method is great. Running her with Tempest Shadow makes it even better because you can get her effect multiple times. And combining these with cards like Guard Geese to turn Tempest Shadow face down means you can do it a lot.
Mm-hmm.
What's always interesting to look at in these decks, since we are playing in the adventure format now, is how does this deck differ from its equivalent in core? What cards is it running that it simply wouldn't have access to in the more restrictive format?
Not too many of those.
Not too many, but I think the ones that are here are not that surprising either. We've got a playset of Night Glider Overpowerings, a playset of Prince Rutherfords, and a playset of Spitfire Wing Leaders, all of which either produce good disruption in the form of Rutherford, more point acceleration in the form of Night Glider, or just really efficient cost to power ratios with Spitfire Wing Leader being able to split that power. There are also 3 True Friends that are in this deck, but as we can see, Bugle has chosen to sideboard those out for this first game.
Right. And for context on the sideboard, Pancake is playing pink-orange mid-range. So True Friend, I do sometimes forget what it does. It's primarily like it does 3 things, obviously.
It can move friends, I believe. It can give all of your characters +1 power until the end of the turn, or you can challenge a troublemaker with all of your characters at its problem, I want to say. I might have the exact text on it wrong, but those modes are
That
pretty
sounds
close.
similar, yes. And given that his other sideboard was Spitfire Response Team, which is the new Spitfire that retires Pegacide to defeat troublemakers, um, Pancake's deck I don't believe has any troublemakers in it, so those are both reasonable sideboards out.
Getting +1 power on all your friends until the end of the turn is still useful, and being able to move friends can also be useful, but overall, that's really in there as yet another method of breaking through troublemaker walls. So makes sense to have this boarded out. CC and Flitter, as you've listed as a key card, is just so much value, being able to give an extra power to all of your friends at its problem. This obviously works great with token generators like Rocket Scooter, but now we also have the token generator of Spitfire Winglader, so that's going to be very valuable.
And it is... Oh, sorry, go ahead.
Sorry, I was going to say, and having those extra tokens is also great for Shoeshine, as it gives Shoeshine more fodder to feed on and zip between problems quickly while making herself larger with Traveler.
Exactly so, yeah. I was just going to mention that Cloud Chase and Flitter is such a great card to get out early because it has the AT reduction as well. It is just gas for your early game, basically.
Yep, we're trying to score points, and we're trying to score them fast.
Okay. And facing this, we have Pancake's deck.
I will be the first to admit that I did not give this type of deck the credit it was due when it had, the year that it really proved itself, which was 2019 Continental Championships.
Correct, yeah. This deck is a somewhat modified version of the pink-orange deck that the Stoic brothers sort of pioneered in that year. Relying on Lyra Main, as well as Haven Bay is kind of the big... Haven Bay and Apple Loop are your big early game accelerators. To get into a strong mid-game position where you've got big friends that are efficient to move around. And orange decks, as we know, are kind of got helped out a lot by New Dawn.
Yep, we see the full playset of both Heatwave and Bailout here, which again is unsurprising. Bailout having a little bit of extra utility in a few oddball decks. Obviously, Reanimator likes pitching friends to it. In this case, we don't mind pitching Follow My Lead because we can just get that back whenever we move one of our characters, like Haven Bay or Party Mare.
You don't even have to pay to move Party Mare.
Nope, Party Mare will just move for free. Haven Bay and Berry Punch are both going to do good work in helping keep Pancake's hand full of cards to keep playing here. And Apple Bloom is going to be able to provide that AT discount, just like Bugle's Cloud Chaser and Flitter. So we've got that kind of matched up here. We also see that we've got the 3 smart cookies here, which are capable of banishing cards from Pancake's discard pile in order to get some extra temporary power. So that stuff he's discarding isn't just useful for the cost reduction on Apple Bloom. It's also useful for getting even more power on a burst turn when he absolutely needs it. Prism Light.
Oh, you were... I was about to call out the exact same thing.
Go for it.
Okay, yes. Prism Light asks about Stamp, which I believe would be Sorry Stamp would be the card you'd be asking for. The Harmony Earth Pony Dismiss 2 Friends card.
Correct.
Yes. Now that
do you want to comment on that?
That one does cost 4, right? If I'm not mistaken.
Correct. This is a game of efficiency. Adventure is a format where every single AT matters, and having to spend 4 to dismiss 2 friends when your opponent is playing a deck that is capable of playing friends very, very cheaply is not going to be a good use of action tokens.
In this particular matchup, we certainly expect Pancake to be the slower of the 2 decks. The one, admittedly trying to do more to disrupt his opponent, but it is still a mid-range deck. It's that AT is important.
Yeah, Pancake is definitely on the back foot here as far as highest high-end pace goes. He does not have the point acceleration that Bugle's going to have, so he's going to have to rely on his disruptive cards and find the correct times to burst through. It is still possible, though. Those 2 bonus problems are free and available for anyone who wants to try to take that bonus on a face-off. So if he can time his events and other cards appropriately, he can be in a good place.
If I'm not mistaken, Pancake probably has the maybe not much bigger, but the bigger problem deck as well. I would expect that Bugle's problem deck is tiny. Well, it's 10 cards, just like all the others, but it's as low of confront requirements as he can get.
Right. Here we see that Pancake is choosing to run a number of cards that have an opposing wild confront requirement of 7 or more. And even has a pair of equalist propagandas, knowing that he can't burst or artificially inflate the point total scored in a turn. He might as well make sure his opponent can't either.
Yeah. Wonder if he'll just. No, you have to start Train Traditions as an adventure, but yeah, he'll certainly be grateful seeing one of those equalist propagandas. Actually, now that I look at it, maybe, well, like Party Science is a okay starter too, I guess.
Party Science is a very good start, and might as well play the AT efficiency game as long as you can.
Right. This is adventure. Train Traditions. How do you run a deck with Train Traditions in it and not start with it?
I guess we'll have to find out.
I guess we'll have to find out. Great segue. Cheese mentions that I'm a little bit quiet. I'm not sure if I can really. I have my source turned up all the way here.
You're sounding good to me.
Okay. Yeah, let's get to the game.
Okay.
Those of you, our audience will notice that we're speeding up this just a little bit here. Only about 1.2 times speed, so it should be still quite intelligible to the audience. But yeah, let's get to it.
Pay 2 and flip. Pay 2 and flip.
Pass.
You need to choose a color first.
Oh, I'm sorry. Orange.
I'm gonna actually turn down the game here.
You done?
A bit as
Yeah.
well.
Draw a
I
card.
made that adjustment myself. So they did both end up starting with
Two.
Trading Traditions,
Let's see.
which is, of course, unsurprising.
Play Cloud Chaser and Flitter here.
And
Is that right?
Yeah, Bugle
Where do I
does
want
have Cloud
these
Chase and
to?
Flare to start.
Looking at opening hands,
Let's put them here.
that hand for
And then
Bugle is
exhaust.
pretty fantastic.
Assuming
CC
you
and
have no
Flitter
reactions.
No reactions.
to provide cost reduction on a
play
lot of his
Prime.
friends, a Tempest
Okay.
Shadow, and
like
a
this
Guard
start.
Geese
I think this is
to
about a good
get
start.
that Seleno
Go
just
ahead.
going.
Yeah, he can play all those cards
draw.
real fast, and
Alright.
he'll score a lot of points with them.
Pay 2 and flip.
I'm going to pay 1 for a Rockoff,
Rockoff.
and
Meanwhile-
then I will pay 2 and flip.
Wow, okay.
This is what I'm flipping out.
Uh,
To follow my leads.
yeah, fair enough.
That is not a bad discard for Pancake
Have
here. He
fun
didn't
drawing
lose a whole
some
lot.
cards.
A food fight, a discord, and 2 follow my leads, which I'm sure he'll end up getting back later.
No, you have to turn your main over before you draw those cards.
For those
Judge?
unfamiliar, Lyra, yeah, pay 2, discard your whole hand, and then draw back
Draw 8.
to max hand size.
Oh.
So yeah, he gets a few more.
Well, you draw whatever your maximum hand size is.
All
Yeah,
right.
I thought
Now that hand's looking better. Double
No,
Party
no.
Mare, a bailout, a
damn.
Rockhoof Shuffle, Haven Bay Pirate Ship, yeah.
Yep,
And
that's
the all-powerful Heat Wave, of course.
very accessible. And Rockoff is going to fix up his orange
Party
rack, so he doesn't care about losing his
Yes.
Train Traditions. Yeah, both players are
Ready.
off to a pretty good start now.
Eraser.
Mhm.
Draw a
That
card.
Heat Wave, if properly timed, can be one of the most
let's
crucial cards in this
see
matchup, as it's one of the
here.
only
Yeah,
ways
I
to
believe
shut
this
off
is the thing.
Seleno's ability while she's on her
We'll
start side.
proceed to main phase.
Yep.
Well, I guess
That
I
is
can
true.
toss them whenever. We'll pay 1 less. So we'll pay 2 for Spitfire.
Yep.
So yeah, Bugle's going to be taking the offensive double confront here.
2, 3.
Nope.
Smart
Makes
phase.
sense.
You
Power
got it.
boost on Brian and
Confront.
the Pegasite token will help him confirm.
Flips.
Is going to put him to an early point lead. But that Party Mare is going to start getting its
Oh,
value.
okay.
Now, did Bugle not confront
swear I
last turn, or
shuffled
did he
this
just
several
not
times. I
score
think
his
you even
problem bonus
shuffled.
yet?
I did in fact shuffle it, but I mean, sometimes trading traditions is
Let's
on
see.
top.
He played
Let's
the
go
Cloud
ahead
Chase
and
Inflator, which he
retire
exhausted. I think he didn't confront.
Spitfire and 2
Got it.
Megasci. Since I only have a whole limit of 3.
Just
Yeah,
a
that's
lot of
the
things.
price you pay for not
Yep,
flipping one of
go
those
ahead.
mains early.
And then this is start of turn. Start of turn. Okay.
Rockhoof gets a little larger.
Let me object. Component. Dice.
Right. For those familiar with sort of the way the counters work in TTS,
And a couple
Pancake has
keys just
chosen to
over here
use
for later.
dice for
Sure.
his counters for this game.
Do you want? I'm just gonna do it as total.
Okay.
And then even odds.
Your problem.
My
No
problem.
free confront.
Goes over to another trading, sure.
Sure.
I'm just gonna.
Yeah, if Party Bear had gone to Surging High and Low, I guess that would have been the best for him, but there are no bad moves for Party Bear, really.
Nope.
Yeah. And
now I
he needs
get to
to
draw my
draw
cards.
for turn.
Yes.
There you go. Ooh, flop.
Alright.
More removal.
It's
What do you think?
a little bit less useful given that,
Man, it's already
with the
been 5
geese
minutes. You
and
better
the
speed things
troublemaker and the fact that Bugle's main isn't flipped yet, like a lot of
Games is
his
supposed to be
points
over
are
by now,
just
right?
are not friend based right now.
This isn't vintage.
And as they both point out in chat,
is aggro
this
versus
was an
aggro.
opportunity for Pancake to end up getting back Follow My Lead into his hand,
With someone who's
since
not
he
very
did
good
move
at
Party
aggro.
Mare, and
Just pay 2
simply
to
didn't.
move Party Mare home so that
Correct.
they can move to a problem at the start of your next turn.
Yeah, no, absolutely.
It's not even like it's buried down there. It's
So
the
you're always
top card of his problem
double
deck.
confronting typically.
Sure
at
is.
3
He does have
HP,
another
actually,
Party Mare in
4 HP,
hand,
maybe
which he
not.
probably wouldn't be too upset to
I
be
mean, it's
playing.
only 6, so possibly.
But you've also got the option
it's less for
of
me than you.
Haven Bay Pirate Ship.
Hmm?
And that would be enough to confront Searching High and Low.
I'm just thinking about some things.
Yeah, 118 left. Is that? I think that's enough to be able to confront your train traditions, though.
No, he won't be able to do.
Yeah.
He won't be able to do the DFO here like that. But
when Party
he
Mare
could set
moves.
up,
Oh, you've
confront
already drawn a
Searching High
card.
and Low, and risk
Okay.
basically nothing
Is it a
because
May?
there's no
Okay.
Yeah, it is a May.
Yeah. I thought
problem
it was
bonus there to be
mandatory,
gained.
but
His
if
only
it's a May,
concern is
that's
if
fine.
Bugle draws a Night Glider or something similar.
But now you know for next time.
If Bugle
Yep.
takes the bait and goes for a single face off at Searching High and Low, he's
Haven
likely to
Bay.
see a higher
Haven Bay.
bonus come up, and now his Haven Bay can be even larger.
Shovel.
Shovel.
Looks like
Wanna
he's
pay
just
for
going to go
these
for this
cards?
route instead, which makes
Yep.
sense. He saves an AT.
Okay.
I mean, I can't shovel it right now, or Brian.
Yeah.
This
I
will allow him
think
to
that
keep
would-
up either Bailout, Heat Wave, or Belly Flop. So, yeah, definitely, if you're not anticipating using Pirate
feel
Ship on the
like
next
you're
turn for
getting
sure,
Too
yeah,
many
you can
plus
do it
one
this way.
power counters here.
Draw.
Ah, draws the Apple Bloom. Now he really wishes he had those Follow My Leads. Well, not this turn, but
Yeah. Well, he'll
God.
get him.
Okay.
Apple Bloom.
Well, if he doesn't intend on
God, if I
exhausting
had
him,
it,
then
that's costing me. Oh,
Yeah.
Yep.
what do you discard then?
Okay.
Gee, they're all pretty good cards.
What am I going to drop?
they sure are. To be honest,
Ooh.
I don't know if I
okay.
would have
Well-
played Apple Bloom here. I get
But
that you
Party
want to
Mare.
have the Party
Another
Mare
Party
there,
Mare.
but you're losing valuable
Would you like
cards
to
to
play a
do
friend
so.
that doesn't cost one at any time during this game?
I
No?
guess that would probably be the one to choose. Bailout is going to be the
Think
least
that's
impactful of all the disruptive cards,
good. I will move to confront Searching High and Low.
You got it.
unless you're using it on CC and Flitter, which is
Okay.
a perfectly
Plus
fine use.
3. Draw a card for. Well, ready. Fill yours.
We'll see.
Draw a card per turn.
The
Cool.
compensation he has is that, well, the rest of his hand is still pretty good.
Pay 2.
Mm-hmm.
Rocket Scooter.
Yeah.
Okay. Meanwhile, well, no time for thinking in this
Pay
game.
1.
Both players.
No, pay 0.
Well, I
Exhaust,
guess
Cloud Chaser,
Pancake
and
thought of it on his last
Mhm.
turn, but
We're gonna
Bugle
put
is
Shoe Shine
certainly
into
setting
play
a
right here.
blistering
Oh,
pace.
crap.
I'm going zoom zoom.
Yep.
What are you talking about? She's happy to see you.
Quite happy.
Let's
Destroyer of
see
Worlds out on the
here.
field now.
You have 4 power, and I
Yep.
currently also have 4 power.
Easy double, Bugle. Question is how he wants to work the face-off power.
Given that you've got 3 more Pegasi who are going to be there, and they're
I don't know who
still
flips
going
better.
to be going away at end of turn, I say you just retire the one at
But I
home
mean, I
to
guess I'm
keep as
going to
much power
really
in
have
play as
5 power.
possible.
We all know I'm going to have
For the
5
face-off,
power.
that is.
Whatever. It's still 2 points for me. Score phase.
You got him.
Confront for a point.
Yep.
And he's facing 4
Shoeshine
on
will
Pancake's side versus
do
5 on
Shoeshine
his.
things,
Looks
gain
correct,
1
yeah.
power counter.
Yep.
Confront for a point.
So
You
it
got
comes down mostly to the flips.
5
Although
versus
Bugle
4.
is ahead by
Yep.
4 points now.
I am up by 1.
Bugle's up by 1 power, so that'll be enough to win the
6
face-off.
points.
Create a
Spitfire
critter token with
will go on the
Shoeshine,
bottom.
and
Let's have
Shoeshine's
a
going to
trigger,
continue
right? I
going
can put a
Zoom
critter in the
here
flip.
at the score phase / end
Wee,
phase.
critter. Then cards will go home.
Yeah, and Pancake, as he mentions in chat, did lose another heat
Problems
wave
will be
there,
replaced.
which is one more method of disrupting.
Oh, okay.
But the
What would you
Family
like to name
Feud
it?
flip is good.
Chance if he names Fluttershy. But that's probably not a smart thing to name right now.
No, I'd be naming Tempest. Or Nightglider. Probably Tempest.
Unsatisfactory.
Unsatisfactory work.
Unset. Okay, sure.
This is my hand.
That's fair.
I thought about calling Tempest, but okay. Sounds good.
Now, this is a pretty
Okay,
solid line of play from Bugle
we
here.
will
You notice he hasn't used
this
Seleno's
critter
boosted ability at all,
to
even
run
though he has
to
a
a problem.
lot of cards that are going to synergize
this
with it,
2 power
and that's
counter.
because he's trying to create inevitability.
And
It's
I
so
believe
difficult
is
to interact
correct.
with that particular
I mean, as much as I
method
would
of
love to
point
just eat
scoring
all
that
these
if he can
Pegasi,
get to a high enough
I
point
believe
total
he just
just from
blew up his
aggroing,
bubble here.
he doesn't really care what Pancake does from that point on. He'll have inevitability within 2, maybe 3 turns at the most.
Turn
Correct.
off that card drawing. at least a little
The
bit.
Seleno points are essentially points in
Uh,
hand
Go ahead.
that are
Okay.
guaranteed no matter what
You might have some triggers.
board state the game evolves into.
Okay.
Yeah.
So
And right now,
Like
we're
I said,
looking
it's only
at
a 3
Bugle
power, so
effectively
this goes up
having
to 4.
6 points in hand with
yep.
6
Well, I
points
mean,
in
there were,
play.
you had a
2
Lyra,
from
so
flipping
it was like
Seleno,
4
2
no
from the
matter what.
Tempest, and 2 from the
that goes out
Guard
of
Geese.
3 power. Okay, Party
Yep.
Mirror 1.
Okay.
Even odds.
Now this time I assume Pancake will remember his
Hello,
follow
Party
my
Mirror.
leads.
Join the Shoeshine party.
Let's take a look and see.
Party Mirror
Party
2.
2. Here, let me.
And he will process both of these triggers before he processes Follow My Lead because of how sequencing and pre-priority processing works.
Well, these Party Mirrors know where the party is at, and it's at this
Evidently.
Follow.
Oh, those, yeah.
Yep.
Those both come
And
over and
You
confront.
get ready some cards too, yeah.
Yep. Okay.
Anything
him.
else?
Pretty good.
At the
Oh.
start of turn, yes. Well, no, but
There we go.
processing
He
those
remembers
two,
this time.
Okay.
That comes. These come back.
Yep, pretty good, pretty good.
So now he's basically got a free AT from Apple Bloom.
And then I get
He'll
to
need
draw.
7 power
Yep.
over at Family
No
Feud.
other triggers happening.
Easy to do.
Okay.
He's got the smart cookie.
Sure.
Even
Oh,
just move Rockhoof and
Let me
Haven
think.
Bay.
How
but
do
yeah,
I
Smart
need to
Cookie's
do
probably
here?
the better way to do it. Save your AT to play that disruption.
yeah, at this point, you can play Pirate Ship, exhaust Pirate Ship,
points.
exhaust
Yeah,
Apple
you can
Bloom,
get points.
discard, say, Golden Parachute, and then play Smart Cookie, still have 1 AT left up,
I think
banish
getting
cards from
points
your
is a
discard
certain
pile,
free.
and easily be in confronting
Yeah.
state.
It is.
So this is a pretty easy 4
It's gonna
points
be
for
more
him
than
here.
just that.
Getting that Parachute into the discard
okay,
pile
fair.
also
Great.
means that if Bugle did have a disruptive event in hand,
Okay.
he wouldn't be
I'm
able
gonna
to do
start.
anything about it.
Main phase. Exhausting Apple Bloom. Exhausting Golden Parachute.
Oh,
Card
okay,
card
fair
Yep.
enough.
So there's the Golden
That's
Parachute.
card, right?
It is card, yes.
Yeah.
Apple Bloom is very.
Okay.
I guess I know what card you drew this turn since you discarded the bailout last turn.
Yeah, no, that bailout might that probably screwed me. I'm gonna be very annoyed if that is game changing. It is for sure, but
I don't know. At this point, maybe I just score off Seleno.
Yeah, I'm not really sure if. Well, I mean,
Uh-huh.
we'll see. It's realistically looking like
So-
Pancake might not even have time to play all the disruption in his hand.
Pirate Ship comes down for free.
Ugh.
Pirate Ship for free. Oh.
Move Haven Bay.
Move Haven Bay.
I think he missed that.
This is
No,
now
no.
I think he missed the discount
Free.
from Apple Bloom
So. Okay.
exhaust.
because he
Draw
just
card.
spent 1 to do that, and that's the first card he's played since then.
Well, it was one
Okay.
to use the pirate ship. He played the pirate ship for free. I'm pretty sure.
Oh, did he?
Yeah.
Hmm.
Okay, then I missed that. If he, okay, yeah, that's fine. I thought he was just playing the pirate ship and was counting down, so I may have also mistook his number of action tokens in the starter.
No
Okay,
worries.
he's good.
But he moves Haven Bay to Mystery.
Sure, makes sense. If he's going to play the smart cookie
Here, I
here,
thought
he's
I
going to play
got
smart
rid of
cookie to
the
Family
card
Feud and
drive.
confront it by itself.
No.
Fair enough. Makes sense, I guess. Yeah.
I think
mean-
Shovel is better than Pirate Ship, though, so I think it's still good. You should play a Big Mac and get rid of my rocket scooter. Actually, you should play Big Mac and get rid of your Pirate Ship. I think that's a better play.
Bugle doing his traditional banter thing.
Yeah. The two of
Let me double check.
these two are known for the informal
Mm,
table talk at cons.
I have a play.
Okay.
Not sure if I want to do that play. Sorry, this play is actually very thoughtful. So,
Sure. I mean, you've got 3 AT, and it's
Really, it
certainly
looks
not
like he's
impossible that you can
considering Smart
DFO this
Cookie.
turn.
There we go.
Oh,
You've got
okay.
a number of cards off of that Lyra, plus what
I
you
will start by
discarded
moving to the
previously
front
with
at
Apple
Mystery of
Bloom.
Apollo.
Might as well.
Okay. I mean, you know my hand, so
Yeah. And 1, 2, 3, 4, 5.
It's enough.
Okay.
Although it does leave him
Uh,
with only
I
2
will
cards
move
in the
to front.
discard. That golden parachute's actually not on.
Family Feud.
yep. You got it.
Correct. But he does have one action token left. If he really, really needs to, he can play his Heatwave or his Belly Flop to end up getting that
Oh,
other
well.
card in there.
Very true.
Okay, I will process Mr. Apollo.
Plus,
I
this
guess
is
I
also
put
going to
an
put him
action
in
matter
excess of his
any
home
meaningful
limit,
capacity.
and I would not be surprised to see Smart Cookie going away here.
You have 2 cards in your discard pile right now?
Actually, it's going to put him
Hmm.
well in excess of his home limit. He's going to have to get rid of Smart Cookie and one other
I think
card
that's
as
what
well.
he's gonna find.
And given the choice, what would you pick?
Smart Cookie and
Oh, right. This card. I made an error.
kind of
in putting
got
this was
good stuff
I
out
threw this
already. I think
problem into the
like
deck, not thinking I was
I
gonna
guess
ever even
I
play
have the
this card.
advantage of seeing
But-
Bugle's hand and everything. I guess you know
So
what
I-
Bugle's hand is by this
Oh,
point.
home limit.
Yep, home limit. So
I think Apple Blue
1.
probably what I get rid of.
And 1 more.
Really? With both Follow My Leads in hand?
Rockoff?
I mean, he doesn't have...
That
He,
is the
he can get the
institution
discount
of
on Berry
Rockoff.
Punch.
Yeah, like he's got
Yes.
his
Another
hand's
Mystery
all
Apollo.
events. He's got some big friends out already. Like, is it
You know what?
actually better to get rid of
Instead-
one of his party mares?
Apple Blue?
I don't know. It might
gonna
be Apple Bloom.
throw-
I think you might be
Oh,
correct.
Rockoff at Shoeshine.
My shoe shine! Hold on.
Well,
Looks like
okay.
he's just going to go for that play.
Finds a
crap.
different way out.
See, I think we retire Brian now.
Okay, well,
Hmm.
that's interesting. That's interesting in the end. Okay.
It means I'm not hitting the pirate
Yeah.
ship.
Yeah.
Done?
Yep.
Yeah, as
Game
Bugle
full.
points out,
Ready
does
filiary.
save his pirate ship
Draw
with that,
your
I guess.
card. Oh, that's
Yep.
not a bad card.
And if you're Bugle, you've now got 8 points
did.
in hand with that other Tempest that you found.
Scorching
Um,
Blast.
Yeah,
One.
he's just gonna start doing the thing.
Put
Pay
a
1, pay 2,
maker into play
and there's your turn.
here.
Yep.
I wonder what it could be.
You heard of Mistmade
Is
to
there
win.
more than one troublemaker in that deck?
Just
There's
go
3
by twos.
troublemakers in this deck.
Oh wow, you have options.
Yeah, you knew I had 2 troublemakers in my hand. Tempest Shadow and Easy as Pie.
Yep.
Let's go
Alright.
ahead and exhaust Fill Erasers. And we'll put some Geeson
Okay.
into play over here.
Geese aren't localized, right?
Because I'm definitely intending on uncovering that Troublemaker.
I will take a look.
Fronting.
Absolutely.
Scarface?
Yep.
Pass turn.
Guard Geese are not localized.
So
Okay.
AT.
Oh yeah, makes sense.
Mhm.
Unexhaust goes first.
Alrighty.
we
No
will start-
Rockoff.
No Rockoff.
Those party mares are given a lot of value.
So
They're
first
gonna get
one.
big. He really needs one of them to try to get
always
over
even
to
odd, so
Sure, yeah.
Party Science.
Okay.
That's not the one he...
Yeah,
well,
one short.
Actually, we need to remember he's marking total power with
Okay.
his dice.
You
right, yes,
press
that's
R
too
more
short.
frequently, my dude.
if you want me to undo those, I will.
No, it's totally fine. I'm just saying, like, it looks better.
Yeah, this is fair. This is fair. It does look a lot better. Okay.
So he's 3 short at
Move that back
Mystery
off
and
to
2
the side.
short at
And I
Party
still
Science.
need to draw.
Yes.
Yeah, I prefer marking the power counters like Bugle does, but everyone has their own style.
So Snails gets him there at Mystery. And then Haven Bay can move with the with the pirate ship, and you save 1 AT.
Okay, sorry, I have thoughts.
Actually, no, you save 2 AT because
First
you
thought
use Apple Blip.
is pirate
Draw more
ship,
cards.
Haven
Oh.
Bay.
I mean, you do move the card first normally before getting the traveler counters.
Sure, look. And then I exhaust it
Mm-hmm.
to draw, and let me change my rotation up to 90.
Okay.
Yeah, I was
Shovel.
about to say.
Yeah.
Okay.
Okay.
Shovel's fine.
You have
You can
a
still
pretty
move
good
Lyra
movement
up,
engine
go for the
going on over
DFO
there.
here.
Yeah.
This
Gets you up to
person with
8.
Shoeshine, but you know.
Yeah.
Actually,
So I'm
well,
confronting that.
notwithstanding all the points that Bugle's going to be scoring with Tempest, Sundial is closing the gap here.
The question is, do you risk going for the DFO here? Well,
Discard a follow.
Okay.
okay, what's he doing?
Pay
Follow
1
for
for a
Snail.
Snail's not
Okay.
thinking about it.
Has to discard 2 more to get the counters on Snails.
Right. Or he could just choose not to discard the 2, play the Rock Hoof Shovel, boost,
not discarding
boost
anything?
Snails up by 1, and
Oh,
that'll be
okay.
enough for him to
That
confront.
will also work, yes.
Which looks like the play he's going to make.
Fine.
Rockhoof the party mare.
And boost Party Mare, which again makes even more sense.
Yeah, that makes
Actually,
even more sense,
Do
yeah.
you mind if I put it on Snails? Or,
No.
no, party mare.
Party mare.
There you go.
I'll
Party
hold
Mare,
it there.
okay.
I will move to confront Mystery at Hope Hollow.
All right.
Hope Hollow is fine.
I will move to confront Party Science.
Let's scare Haven Bay.
Ooh.
That's
That
pretty
hurts.
big tempo play, yeah.
All right. Your turn.
Yep.
Okay.
Now at this point,
Gain.
if he wanted to,
Ready card. Gain AT. Draw a card.
Bugle could take a gamble that Pancake doesn't
Which
have
main do
a
I choose
180
here?
way of preventing a single confront.
We'll choose Selena.
Which he does.
He does.
But yeah, given the situation, Bugle would pretty much, like, if he does get both his Tempest points and secure a single face-off, that puts him in a pretty commanding position, so worth the risk.
Flip Seleno.
Now, flipping Seleno makes sense here. I wonder if you just spend 2 to move Seleno up to Mystery.
Let's see.
It gives you the
7
one
power there
guaranteed
exactly,
point you
right?
need because you can use your Guard Geese still. You'll be at enough to confront. If they waste removal on Rutherford, that's one of your least valuable friends in play right now. And even if they do end up doing that, you could still move Shoeshine. Heatwave's one of the few cards that could split its interaction. We'll talk about how good Heatwave is later. Actually, we can talk about it now. Heatwave is really good.
Heatwave is real good. 1 AT, 1 card, disrupt 2 stuff on the other side. Pretty good.
Yeah, Bugle's looking at the various options here. He knows he
Toss,
only needs
affiliations.
one more.
Okay, looks like he's going to play something.
Pay 1. Put
Okay.
Okay.
Professor of Kindness into play.
Because of Kindness is
My
on.
critters have +1 power.
Yep.
Perfectly fine way to do that.
Proceed to score phase.
Alright.
Okay.
Confront Mystery.
Oh,
Score
Pancake
1.
lets the confront go
Face
through.
off.
That's an interesting move. I guess you have to save the
Okay,
heat
that's more
wave
like
for
So
Seleno
you
when
have
it's going to
9,
matter most.
And I have 8.
You're not going to be concerned about stopping a single point confront when you can stop a
Retire
2
Fill
point
Erasers.
boost Seleno
I'm now
action.
up.
I guess so.
Responses?
I mean, that puts,
You got it.
especially if Bugle
Okay.
wins the face-off.
Score 1.
Did.
This Fill Erasers goes on the bottom. I get a critter.
And I don't know, he is so close.
And now we retire Guard Geese.
I get to find another card. Jeez. I already have enough Tempest Shadows.
Now, if you're Pancake at this point, you see the writing on the wall.
Let's see.
And I would probably concede this game at this point in time, knowing your opponent has the other Tempest in hand and knowing they also have the Guard Geese. Although you do have the Heat Wave, you've only got one,
Let's find a kind pony.
and I'd want to get as much time as possible on the next few rounds.
Does make some
Solve
sense.
this problem.
Like,
Okay.
yeah, Pancake is
That's
capped
pretty
on
neat.
scoring 4 points pretty much this
and
round.
Let's see, you're
If
at
he
6
saves himself
points.
one
There's 16
turn with the
points on
Heat
board.
Wave,
Yeah, we'll just go ahead and retire and turn Tempest over right
yeah, there's no real way to do it, I don't think.
before you can do something to my Guard Geese.
Yeah, at
Okay,
most
go ahead.
he can go with these single point problems into a 2-point problem, and that'd be
Pardon
3 for a
their
DFO
actual?
here and 4 for
Okay.
a DFO on the
Mhm.
next
Big
turn.
one.
He'd need to draw a
Well,
Heat
she
Wave,
can
the
confront
third
that
Heat
problem on
Wave,
her
because
own
we know one of them's close to the bottom of his deck right now.
Second party mare.
Yep.
Off that trigger, I'm gonna get that back.
Oh, sure. Well,
And his party mares.
understand.
Oh,
Yeah.
they aren't cooperating.
Doing things out of order for convenience, it makes sense.
Sorry.
Okay. Those are your only triggers? Yep. Okay.
Yeah.
You are
Bugle comments
super
about how
confronting
Shoe
that
Shining
black
Philly,
Invisible.
Philly Racers is so sad, but also important.
And then I think
Is it really that sad, though? Look at the friends that you have in hand. You've got a Professor of Kindness, and you just drew the Kind Pony off of your Mystery at Hope Hollow. You have inevitability with your Troublemakers and the Guard Geese. I don't think you really planned on using CC and Flitter. But they're cute. They are cute. But this is a game of cute ponies. And sometimes cute ponies have to get sacrificed to flop their bellies into other cute ponies.
Yeah. I think Pancake is well aware that he needs...
Want to draw?
Yeah.
Okay.
Can afford... What draws does he have?
Card follow my lead.
Okay.
Punch. Will front. And now he only has 1 AT left.
Uh-oh.
So...
Berry Punch, okay.
Berry punch.
Can draw one more with Berry Punch.
Mm-hmm.
Exhaust berry punch to draw.
Yep.
I suppose, like, he has the opportunity to draw another Heat Wave on his next turn.
Sure.
Rock
Yeah,
party
he's
mare.
playing to his outs here.
Yeah.
Okay.
He's saving the 1 AT, and I guarantee you that we will end up seeing a Heat Wave very,
Think you got
very
this,
early
DFO.
in this turn
Yeah.
from him. Remember
That'll
that
move to
even
double
if you have your main that flips from boosted to start or start to boosted, it's still the same card, so a loss of abilities
Okay, you
until
win.
end of turn will affect it, no matter what side it's on. So I would probably be asking for the absolute first priority window I could here.
We were worried about you not shuffling.
Maybe the
Oh,
absolute
okay.
first
You know
priority
my
window
hand.
after Tempest
You know
Shadow
what's up.
uncovers.
Tempest.
Okay.
That is the correct card to call out.
Bugle's hand is pretty immaterial here.
Oh,
but...
you have buckball. Frick.
Yeah, that buckball's pretty helpful here.
Yep. All right. Did I was at 6, right? Yes. So I still need my point for
You
it
need
to-
one more, yes.
He's right.
Yep.
Fine.
And then I need to.
Now, what is interesting to note is that
Okay,
Bugle's
then
holding on to that
yes.
rocket scooter, but he doesn't have enough Pegasite to be able to dismiss it.
Yeah.
It's true. True.
Oh, let me
Gain
I
know.
guess he has enough
First
Pegasus in
priority.
hand, but that's,
When you
well,
have first priority?
you would...
Seems
Okay,
Not
you have
great.
priority right now.
okay.
turning
So
off
yeah,
Delano,
he
I'm going to
plays
exhaust Shoot.
plays the Heat Wave immediately.
That's a pretty good heat wave.
It's realistically my only shot.
Exhausting Shoeshine.
Okay.
Does that mean that, well,
Draw
Bugle
cards
can
per
score
turn.
1 point easily enough?
Okay.
Sure.
Is the win off? I think the win's off.
You have a troublemaker to flip.
This turn,
Yes, we'll uncover. I'll choose my main.
Yeah, this turn.
I might do something really
But,
interesting.
yeah, meanwhile, Pancake needs to draw that other Heat
no, I
Wave.
don't have the AT for that.
Or I guess a Bailout. Does he have any more of those still? No, Bailout doesn't matter. Doesn't work.
nope.
It's got a Heat
Bailout
Wave.
sure does. That's it, and it's got to be Heat Wave number 3 because he still hasn't shuffled his deck yet. Now, if he can clinch the Heat Wave, it's going to be pretty
I think we're
incredible.
just going to go ahead. And
It's going to be
pay
legendary.
4,
That being said,
put a couple of Fluttershies in play and put Apple Bloom in your hand.
Okay.
Mm,
That.
You know,
you should probably be doing that one at a time here if we're
Exile
going to
that.
be finicky on triggering
That.
order here.
right. Rocket Scooter makes
Sure.
Pegasi, right?
Rocket Scooter makes Pegasi Swift tokens, correct?
Right. So right.
And let's see.
they are only 1
Yeah,
power.
that's very close to doing something very cute, but oh well. Scoreface.
Okay, you
All
got
right. So just 1
Front
point.
for 1.
it.
Yep.
Pass turn.
All right, Pancake. You know what you got to do.
5 AT. Ready.
Or Pancake's deck. You know what you got to do.
Party manners.
He's got one out.
So, 6 power
Kind
one
of.
first.
Okay.
That goes
Okay,
to
well,
7.
That's a face-up Tempest.
5 power
That's
one.
worth a point.
Odd.
Another odd. He's pretty likely to beat that
Oh
Tempest, but
boy,
he still is
bye,
going to need
Tempest.
orange at that problem.
Yeah.
Off of that. Trigger.
Let's see. That's
Okay.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5. He's 1 point short, even if he DFOs.
And then I will draw my card.
That is not a heat wave.
Okay.
I
No,
will
but he's got draws. He's got his Berry Punch who
move
can
to
exhaust. He's going to
Uh-huh.
be
Tempest.
challenging Tempest here,
Okay.
which makes sense and is almost certain to win. And he
Got it.
does.
Okay.
1 point.
So you have to. Well, okay. Given that you can't get to 15, I suppose you don't necessarily have to go to 14.
No, but it's only going to cost him, what, one...
Draw.
What does he have? Raku, Haven Bay. Yeah, okay.
Okay.
First things first, let's find the heat wave.
Okay.
Yeah. Pay to draw.
Okay.
That's not a heat wave.
All right,
That's not
last
a heat
option.
wave.
Game.
That's game.
Well,
Yep, there it is.
forgot to exhaust Berry first, but yeah.
Oh. Sure.
Hope it wasn't the next card.
All right.
It
Doesn't
wasn't.
matter.
Okay.
No heat wave.
No heat wave.
Yeah.
No heat wave. And I didn't have any orange at Family Feud.
Well, I mean, you
All right.
could have.
Yeah.
Oh, that
But,
was
I
close.
would have had to double
Sure
confront
was.
this turn.
It was a close game.
Right.
I would
yeah.
need to both double confront and
Once
draw
you get
again,
that,
so I
once you
can't-
get that power going on the Party Mares, Berry Punches, Haven Bays, all of that,
Yeah, that's fair.
that's how Lyra ends up performing so well. Is you just have an overwhelming amount of power for very, very minimal investment. If you can pay that costs early, that's your point acceleration. Your point acceleration is needing basically 1 or 2 fewer turns worth of AT than your opponent does to do the same thing.
Absolutely. All right. So that means that Bugle is up a game. But this is a best of 3. Got to play at least one more. And
That's right.
That one more will be core. So I guess let's have a look at some core decks.
Sure. What's Bugle running?
Bugle elected his Thorax list. Let me see if I can. Oh. Yes, Thorax Purple. A modified version of a deck that we saw at Continentals being run by. It was Kevin who ran it at Continentals, right?
It was, yes.
Yes. So Thorax, a traditionally strong yellow main who really likes to have lots of friends with 2 or less printed power. And combined with purple for Pegasus Royal Guard, as well as Lusterdon. And some interesting purple kind of, I don't know if you'd call Magical Pony disruption or not. Well, it is, by definition.
I would. I would.
Moves your opponent's stuff, yeah.
Sure. I think it is worth noting, as I've had some conversations with Bugle about this deck, he has opted to make a couple of tweaks to Kevin's list. First of which is one that even Kevin acknowledged he'd probably be doing in the future, which is replacing the Starlight Guidance Counselor with Sunburst, as you get the 1 extra power on your main, which is nice, but you also get the abilities of Sunburst beyond just gaining the AT.
Calming 2, if I'm not mistaken.
Calming 1, and whenever your opponent confronts this problem, they lose 1 AT.
Yes. Which can be quite useful.
Yep. The other options that he's included here are kind of some sneaky disruption plays. His favorite is Spike Festival Assistant in conjunction with Defend the Hive. All of a sudden, yellow has immediate speed forced movement.
Oh, Bugle says Sunburst actually is coming too.
Oh, is it coming too? Oh, I missed it. Yeah, he's a good card.
But yes, immediate defend the hive to immediate speed move one of your guys, and then Spike moves one of their guys. So 180, yeah. Seems like the kind
180.
Sorry.
Yeah, 180 value for sure.
And don't forget that your changelings get agile too, which is pretty
Matters
great with this main.
It matters for Thorax.
Yeah.
And nothing else. There are literally no other changelings in here. Pegasus Royal Guard, I expect we're going to see a good amount of use out of. Kevin was not using them in his top 8 match in Continentals this year because he didn't feel it was a good fit for that particular matchup. However, I feel like this is going to be a much better situation.
With all the sort of critter stuff that yellow has, very easy to trigger those Pegasus Royal Guards. You only need 3 friends to enter play for it to happen, and that can be friends are always there, or well, corralling critters will help. Or
it can also.
Sorry.
Don't forget the Pegasus Royal Guard also counts itself.
Correct. That is very true. Petting Zoo as well. Twilight Sparkle and Fluttershy gives you a critter at the start of your turn.
Now Bugle is choosing to side out here. Go back to his screen here. There we go. 3 copies of Yona, Friendship or Else, and 2 copies of Unsatisfactory Work. That seems to me like maybe Pancake is either not playing a lot of friends or is playing friends that are going to have impactful enters play effects and you don't want them to work again.
Spoilers? Kind of true on both counts, really. Pancake is playing Blue Farm. Famously not having a whole lot of friends, and most of those friends being Mullet and Dash.
Yeah, apparently Pancake decided he was going to get his revenge on Seleno by bribing her to his side this game.
Fair enough.
She is a pirate.
She is a pirate. Absolutely.
She'll follow the gold or the bits. So, and now we get to see Pancake in his element, playing a traditional farm list.
Do you want us to have a look at it on stream?
Yes, please.
And yes, this is very close to his Continentals farm list. Are there any changes? Sure.
I believe there are some changes here as we are not seeing some of the meta calls that he was making with blindfold.
Oh, correct. That's right. Yes. Although, yeah, kept in the riled ups. Well, kept him in the deck list. Took him out for this match for good reasons.
Sure.
No heat wave in Bugle's deck.
Also dropped the 2 Fluttershy and Bulk overexcited. He's going to go for more traditional point scoring through Daybreaker and First Mate Mullet and is not expecting those to be heavily disrupted.
I do have Sanctuary Scuffle noted as a key over there. One thing about Thorax, those friends are all going to have printed power 2 or less.
They're real small.
So Sanctuary Scuffle is pretty much guaranteed board clear. And is unlikely to hit much on his side, except for Raptor Razor, I guess, when played in that mode.
Yep. Troublemaker Breakdown, we see the 3 easiest pies, which of course makes sense. You've got the Grogars listed in here as key, and they are, but more because the cards he's likely to find with them are so important. Tempest Shadow, of course, being just 2 points for 2 AT, and Legion of Doom continuing to prove itself as one of the best troublemakers in core right now, and almost certainly one of the best, if not the best epic in core.
Yeah, I have been honestly surprised by that card, which is surprising given that it's a 3-point epic for 7 power. Like it should have been fairly obvious it was going to be really good, but
it has surprised me as well. I expected it to do some good work, but it is a card that you can literally bank an entire deck strategy on. Bugle says he knows there's more than one pony.
Give me a second to see. That does make some sense. I can find their deck list here quickly. If I screwed up on the slide, I apologize for that.
Yeah, we are missing some Pony of Shadows. I think we're
Okay.
missing some other cards here as well. Let me double check real fast. Yeah, we only have 46 cards here.
Wow.
So 2 Pony of Shadows will bring that up to 48. Grogor will bring it up to 49, and we're still missing one somewhere.
Yes, we're missing a Spooky Ruins.
Okay, 3 Spooky Ruins as well. So, same cards, different quantities. Full rack of Grogar, full rack of Pony of Shadows, full rack of Spooky Ruins.
Well, I apologize for that. I'll have it fixed for next time you see him.
I was going to say, did see a little light on epics there.
Right.
Okay.
Well,
Well,
knowing that, I probably would have put Pony of Shadows in as a key, probably, because given the friend content of this deck, it's always a huge swing when you farm one of those.
very true. And as we can tell from the starting screen here of the game, when that goes up on stream, yeah, it's pretty apparent there are a couple of Pony of Shadows. There may have been some questions raised.
I suppose I should mention that this is a reasonable time to mention. Given that Hithrock recorded this game rather than me, I am going into this stream blinder than usual, and I guess it shows.
That is okay. That being said, we've taken a look at the competitors' decks. Who do you think has the edge in this match or this game?
I mean, when Pancake does get the chance to play farm, it's obviously the deck and archetype that he knows best. It's hard to bet against him, I think.
He plays farm well, and this is a matchup where, under normal circumstances, I would say he is going to be in really good shape. I think the fact that he does have some hasty friends and other tricks he can rely on, like the Spooky Ruins, is going to prove useful against some of Bugle's forced movement, which he is running. I know that Pancake overall has been somewhat lukewarm on the strength of farm in the current meta right now, but Thorax hasn't really proven himself for where that deck sits in the meta rankings beyond the fact that it is a good contender. So it's not like playing farm against, say, Living to Laugh.
Right. Yeah. We saw farm sort of fall apart a little bit at Continentals in some games, but that was like against the decks that would seriously punish you if you had a few bad turns off the start, basically.
Yeah. I think a lot of this is going to honestly come down to whether or not Bugle can time his disruption or speedy tricks to maybe snipe a troublemaker from Pancake, or if he can get a swaying the sea ponies out at an opportune time and grab the 3 bonus that way.
All good opportunities.
Let's take a look and see what happens.
Let's do that. So that first match took about 45 minutes, so we got plenty of time left on the clock.
Are we ready to go?
I'm ready.
Hithrock? Okay. Sorry, I just wanted to make
Pancake
sure
did opt to change his card backs a little bit for this match.
There's the
right,
there's the
Latin
islands.
lessons plan. Fudge.
Don't believe
It's
he's particularly
fine.
happy seeing
Don't
backing
worry
lesson
about it.
plans.
Very fine. All right, yours.
Probably not.
Draw a card.
Now, this is also a useful tool here. By choosing not to... I was going to say, by choosing not to use Tarnished Reputation on his first turn, he didn't reveal where he was planning on...
Twice? Four
There you
times.
go.
playing
Five
which
times,
troublemakers as far
Well,
as
it wasn't
disruption is
responding.
concerned. He
Right.
knew that
That's
he
pretty
would
good
be able
stuff.
to use it on his next turn, so you're revealing as little
Uh,
information to your opponent as possible. It doesn't matter a whole lot on the first turn of the game, but it's still helpful.
no,
Yep.
Is there any
You have
reason
Little
one.
things that it's good to keep in
I
mind.
don't think so. You have no chaos. And you have one,
Yeah, he
so-
has no. There's no reason not to challenge it. And actually, flipping the bunyip is good, real good.
Yeah, there's a one right there.
He had
Yeah,
basically
I
no
have
One
chance
that I
of
wouldn't
winning,
mind
but
dropping to the Legion of Doom as well.
no penalty
Yeah.
for losing either.
Done.
Mm-hmm.
Yep.
Gain. Draw a card. Ah,
So
interesting.
over in Bugle's hand,
Pay 2 to move.
yeah, he's gonna have no problem
Pay 2
confronting
for
to
that
flip his
resource
main
that you
over.
wish you had right now.
Choosing to use
No.
staff here for
Score
obvious
face.
reasons, playing a
You
friend
got it.
up there is just going to end up in that getting frightened
Big
by
thorax is
Legion.
big. Go ahead.
All right.
Oh, and drawing the spike plus the sanctuary
Mm.
construction? Yeah, that's pretty good.
3. Anything else at start? No.
Would you like to scare one of my friends?
Yes. Turn your thorax over.
Okay.
4 AT here. At this
Uh,
point, I think you
I will
probably
again
go
move
for
the face
the
off the game.
Solano
You have better
into
odds
the
this time,
shield.
so-
Yeah.
Let's see if he does. After, obviously,
Right,
challenge.
after, of course.
All right.
Solano plays shield. Yeah, those
Oh,
are
she
fair
does.
plays. He doesn't
One.
have any yellow entry. Well, he's got
Oh no.
got
Let me think.
speech.
Crap. I forgot.
He can go speech into Spooky Ruins on his next turn if this play doesn't work out. The question is, do you want to give Thorax one more AT right now?
Flip.
Hey.
And the
Wait,
answer is
for me?
probably yes, because that
Ooh,
shield is
I
going to
would
be
like that.
very, very key in
right.
stopping Thorax from being able to
Done.
have a better shot of breaking through Legion.
Gain
Yeah.
3.
You're both defending Legion
Draw a
and
card.
giving yourself. Well, I suppose Ruins does that
going
too. I
to-
suppose.
Pay.
But
Yeah, and Bugle
One.
did point out that playing a friend to lacking lesson plans would not be good enough. I forget that's not
Sanctuary
lacking lesson
construction,
plans plus
Legion of
buckball
Doom.
strategy.
Yep.
right.
I was really worried about that. I was trying to do everything I could.
I
but-
suppose. Sorry. Go ahead.
I was going to say,
Plus
losing the
buff.
Legion here hurts.
Yeah, definitely. Oh,
Score phase?
are they going to remember to get rid of that counter?
Oh,
There we
good
go.
point.
Yeah.
Score phase?
Yeah.
Yep.
Score 2?
Yeah, I was meaning to say that
This was a very good
given
hand, I'm
that
sorry.
Bugle's deck is
Hey,
full
it
of
happens.
2 or less brand power friends,
Nope, nope.
Shield
you're
is more
pretty likely to
effective
win
than
this time, though.
Ruins at defending your
Uh,
troublemakers, generally
I need
speaking.
to draw first.
True.
Yes, you do. Yeah.
And now, flips.
Whoops.
All right.
Okay, I
All right,
don't
there you
have
go.
enough Evans.
Pony of
And I-
Shadows hit. There we
oh,
go.
I say that with a staff in play.
Let's see what we got.
Alright.
Okay.
Ooh, okay.
Plushy Dash is
You
fine.
know what? That's
Okay. Prefer to
Fair
have
enough.
that come out when you have another epic,
okay.
but
So
not bad.
That one
That
goes
goes
back.
back.
Shuffle first. Oh, yes.
that dies point. Shuffle.
Shuffle.
Pancake is very
Bottom.
well learned at
Swing
the
over.
sequence for Pony of
Mhm.
Shadows.
It's taken a few sets, but most players have got it down now.
Now we just got to remember not to shuffle inner school shutdowns.
Mm-hmm. Okay, so playing 2 troublemakers.
Okay.
Sure.
Move to confront.
Single face off, get rid of that lacking lesson plans.
No single face off. Thorax is exhausted.
Oh, good point.
Draw a card.
Right.
Or ready. Draw
Now a
card.
single face off.
If Bugle
maybe.
wants it.
That's a good card. Let's see. How big are you right now,
I mean,
Thorax? You are
yeah.
7 power.
He does still
That's a lot
want to
of power.
confront.
It is.
He does. At this
Let's
point,
see.
I
Can't
might
do
just opt
everything
for
I want
the
to do.
magical pony to send. Well, you're still going to be fighting 7 versus whatever his troublemaker
Let's
is
go ahead and pay 2.
because of the shield.
Move.
Looks like he's still going to opt for
Solano
it, though.
home.
I guess if you really wanted to,
C2
you could
sword
spend the
face.
one to unset.
Confront
You
for
can't. You don't have a unicorn, so you can't bounce Plushy Dash.
Pegasus,
Go
but
ahead.
yes.
Or, sorry, Pegasus. You have unicorns. You don't have Pegasus.
Move Solano.
Okay.
Raw.
Yep.
Ooh,
Rogar
the
is
layer's
there.
not
Hey
bad.
now. Hey
Pretty good,
now.
yeah.
I
right.
will move to face off against Pony of Shadows.
Try again.
Okay. Ah, boo.
Flip to Scuffle.
Right.
But wins.
You weren't supposed to have another. Oh, seriously?
Ooh, that's
feels
going to be a few
familiar.
points.
Goes there.
All right. Yeah, this is now a great time to have
That goes there.
Plushy Dash out.
Swing that over.
let's see. He
I will
scored
move to face
1.
off
He'll score.
against Grogar.
Well, presumably he will score 2 more.
We'll see.
It
Yeah.
looks like it.
You got it?
Still no single.
All right.
And now out of Troublemaker.
Hmm.
Clearly, I should have moved Seleno. Sanctuary
Let's
Protection.
see.
I
Does he
forgot
have
about
enough
Karna's Reputation.
AT to double?
Still scared.
Yep, I'm just.
Not with the. Oh, so he's moved the Plushy Dash over to Sanctuary Construction, so he can have a better shot of being able to confront that. He's going to be 1 AT shy here. If he had a rushed makeover, he'd be able to do it because he could unfrighten Plushy Dash, play the rushed makeover, and then play Rocket Scooter.
Right.
But as is, not enough. So if you're in Pancake's position here and you don't have any troublemakers, do you just opt for the Grogar's Lair to see what happens?
Options and how I want to play.
It's not a bad
hand.
play.
Sure.
Got enough blue for it. It seems reasonable that Bugle wants to play friends right now.
I think I'm just going to do that.
Yeah.
Boo. That's
And
the card
he'll
I didn't want you to play.
get himself another point.
Do I want to do that? No, I don't think I do.
And then, yeah, just kind of sit here. Next turn,
Well,
I guess next turn
I
you
do
draw
have
for
an
troublemakers
AT.
if you still don't have any.
What, you think I'm going to unsat your
I think
swing
Yeah.
blocker?
I think Bugle is saying that
All right,
Lair is very
I will
bad
move
for
it.
Thorax to run
Swing.
into.
Hmm.
For a point.
Gain ready.
Okay.
Draw a card.
So if you're
Let's
Bugle,
see.
you still
Thorax
don't
is
want to take the
8.
single because you want liking
8's
lesson
pretty
plans to the
good.
degree possible.
Mm-hmm.
Spike is, well, he had a spike already.
That spike is going to be expensive, and he
Right.
also has no. Well, he's got the color from his friends right now, so you can play the spike for 2, move the
Damn it.
spike.
Oh, I hate how
That won't give
fragile
you enough
farm
to be
is.
able to unfrighten Luster, though.
Yep. Has no resource removal. So that Grogar's Lair is sticking around for the time being.
There are 0 troublemakers in play. That's pretty neat.
He's at 7 power, 8 power Thorax, so could
Currently does
potentially
say at
challenge
home, right?
the
Yes, specifically at home. Okay.
the first mate mullet
I don't get to just
for
swing
1
over
AT.
there.
And he is also behind by 3 points. Although, yeah,
There are 4
there are no
cards.
immediate troublemaker points coming, so the farm deck's going to be a little slower from here on out.
Yeah, here, I think I like 1 AT Frightened Plushy Dash,
Or Spike at home.
presumably.
We'll pay 1 to not
Okay,
scare Spike.
well, he's going
Oh.
to do this.
Okay, pays 2.
We'll pay 1 for Pirate Ship.
Okay, 1 more to move.
Move
Sure,
this
Spike
is
the trap.
here. Trigger. And we'll move Seleno to...
Sanctuary Construction is 6, right?
Sanctuary Construction is
Sanctuary
6, so he's
Construction.
1 short.
So this, yeah. Let's see.
He's 2 short at the moment.
Oh, yes, I'm sorry, 2 short. You're correct.
And
1 AT
then we'll
left.
proceed to score phase.
Okay,
Confront for 1.
but just
Yep.
getting prepped
Faster.
and avoiding the single.
4. No start of turn actions?
Ooh, staff from Pancake now, too.
Okay.
That's going to be pretty good.
Interesting.
Yeah, he plays Staff and Unfrightened Dash and Mullet, and he's got the double confront.
Yes, he does. Bring him up to 11 as well. Has his power 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12 versus 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13. So 12 versus 13, but he's definitely flipping
Okay.
I
higher.
don't like where this is going.
This is not a Staff. This is Rocket Scooter, I guess.
Get rid of staff,
Rocket Scooter?
sure.
Oh yeah, that works.
Okay.
1,
And it is still 3 power.
3
Where are they?
with Solano.
Okay, with Solano, sure.
With Solano,
That's enabling the double.
it is. It means he doesn't plan on playing staff this turn.
2
I
confront
guess so, yeah.
first date.
Right, yeah, if
Okay.
you've done it the other way, then.
I will move to confront lacking lessons plan.
Interesting.
Mm,
I'll get
Unsat one of the
riding on
Pegasi,
this.
sure. Yeah, staff play definitely would have been better.
Yeah. Well, I've put a token into your hand.
That is the most valuable unsat I've ever seen. It's hard removal right there. Who prints hard removal in yellow?
That's fair enough,
So
yeah.
I think I'm winning.
Does still have the single.
3, 6, 7, 8, 9. I'm at 14, and you're at 13.
13. I could drop by 3 to drop you by 3, so I did not expect that. I'll fudge. Okay.
Okay.
That point's yours.
Prism Light with a good point.
Point dice.
Creepy Crawlies.
Hey!
What? Judge!
Oh, Bugle flips into another Lacking Lesson Plans. That is.
Ooh,
He's upset that I
Shenanigans.
flipped Lacking
that's
Lesson
pretty
Plans.
clutch.
Can we get a check that he shuffled the beginning of this game?
Anything?
I mean, it's actually irrelevant at the moment because there's no troublemakers, but
No.
Okay. Gain 4.
could easily become relevant.
Draw a card.
Yeah.
Interesting.
And yes, Bugle is correct. Pancake could have still DFO'd if he wanted by retiring one of the plushie dashes to add an extra Pegasi over
The
its
thing
Sanctuary.
is, though, I think it's just correct
True.
to
Yes.
double here. Anyway,
Do that at immediate speed.
because you're at 9 points, right?
And that would have
Yeah.
It would have given him one more point for the confront, but
one more point.
Yeah.
What would it have done for the face-off? It would have added.
Give you the tarnish
I think it would have
reputation.
added a little bit more on Pancake side than it would have on Bugle side.
no, because Pancake would have lost 3 power to gain 1.
Oh, right. All right, fair enough. But it would have brought Seleno in, is what I mean.
Oh, yeah, that's fair.
Okay, we're going to pay 1.
But yeah, it also would have brought a Spike and Twilight in. So
move Thorax here.
Mm-hmm.
We're going to pay 2. We're going to play Petting Zoo.
Oh yeah,
Pay 1 to prevent the fright.
That layer is coming in clutch.
Proceed
But
to
this
score
does
phase.
look like a double confront for Bugle.
Confront.
It is.
Yep.
It's going to get him up to 10.
Yeah, they're keeping it close.
Cheers.
Gain point. Oh no.
That's a stretcher.
Oh no.
Ooh, final question.
Oh.
Ooh.
What do
That's
I
a big one.
But Pancake's hand, well, not bad, I guess.
I think if
He
it was
can
the
do
final
it. He's
question,
got the staff.
I'd still
Yeah,
be
I guess so.
We'll see what he
final
draws.
question is pretty bad.
He'll almost certainly go after that just to grab the points.
I mean, yeah, you can't let
choose
Bugle
Pegasus.
potentially take that away from you.
No.
Go ahead.
Oh.
One.
With I was forget the name of that problem. Is that Bring Out Your Best?
Mhm.
Yes.
Yes.
On Pegasi.
Okay, motivational speech. No real help here.
Okay.
Yeah.
Staff. Yeah.
Okay.
Makes a lot of sense.
Spend 2. Move. Yep. Totally fine.
Okay.
If I'm him at this point,
Breaking
going
down
after
Spike.
Spike, yeah, exactly.
You don't know that you're going to win this face-off that you're going to win.
6 on 2.
Oof.
Yeah, I got rid of Luster.
Spike be scared.
Move to confront.
Score 3.
Up
Yeah.
to
Okay.
12.
Done.
Yep.
Gain 5.
Now,
Ready. Card.
that layer is real rough, but Bugle might say, okay, that's point acceleration. That's what he wanted to see.
It's true.
That
That gives him that's a potential 5th point if he hasn't. No, there's no way he has enough AT for it though.
Bugle plays a Meticulous friend and forgets the Meticulous. This is true.
Huh. This is true.
you
Might
Now,
end up being important.
And you have
Yep.
6
Pancake's
pounds.
going to go to 5.
How about you argue
He
Thorax?
has enough on board
Not
to
as
be able
big
to
as
start
I
the
think
DFO
you
next
are,
turn,
because you still
just
have
from moving.
Rocket Suit.
Mhm.
That's
Yep.
relevant, and I should not
And
forget
Bugle can't let that happen.
that.
Yep.
I shouldn't have drawn a card. I should have Meticulous. Oh well. I like the card that I drew, so it's
Fluttershy can't hit anything on Pancake's
Okay.
I
side.
named
She can
Pegasus.
hit 2. She can hit a Pegasi.
I guess so.
One of the 2.
Is not,
Pegasus, I guess.
not nothing.
It's not. 5 AT to work with. You've got a pirate ship activation. You can go for the Bunyip. It's going to cost you 3 AT effectively. 1 for pirate ship, 1 for Bunyip, 1 for layer.
That Saint came down one turn too early. God, I
And
was so close.
do you just hope you have
probably
enough
had it in
power
now.
You haven't lost yet.
among your
won yet, I haven't
cards
lost
to
yet, like, this
win the
round.
face-off if
if
Pancake
you flip
goes
another
for it?
final
That
question,
seems
you win.
risky.
Oh yeah.
That seems
Because I'm
really
pretty
risky,
sure I don't
especially
have one
because
line of play here.
Pancake can choose to trade 3 for 3.
Proceed to main phase.
Okay.
Anything?
Nope.
Now Bugle can go for the single face-off at final question, which may be, yep, that's going to be the best option here for him.
Makes sense.
Just hope Pancake doesn't flip into another one.
Yeah. Well, I mean, like the DFO. Well, the DFO bonus is irrelevant at this point.
How big are
Well,
you exactly?
it's not the DFO bonus is irrelevant. The single face-off bonus is very relevant.
You are 10
Correct.
at this moment.
Yes.
You get to confront even if the staff
And yeah, if
goes
it's
away,
another final question, then
but
well,
I'm
that's
down
even
by
worse.
a lot more. That
Right.
way.
Final question is the worst thing that Pancake could end up flipping into here.
1 Trihorn Bunyip.
For Bugle. Surprise takeoff would be the other
Let's
one, but I
not
don't
scare.
think he's running that. I can't remember.
And 2
Right.
to move
So
Petting Zoo.
do you score the points? Do your best to win
proceed
those
to score
single
phase.
face-off points.
Right.
That'll
Okay.
take
Confront for
Bugle
1.
to
Frightened Bunyip. Confront for 1.
14 if he wins this face-off.
Well, crap.
Okay.
I think even 3 power is not going to get that for you.
Yeah, because you're at 1, 2, 3, 4. He's at 7.
Yeah, he's got
Six,
enough power there.
Well,
You're both at
he's-
staff v staff.
If I'm considering staff.
He
too.
could
Well,
could
he's 8
retire
because
with the rocket scooters.
Uh-huh.
1, 2. Oh. Yeah. Okay. Yeah, I needed a better flip than Raptor Razor.
Yeah,
right
so
there.
I would have 11 to your 8, even without
Okay.
the staff.
I
go to
could
14.
have one that was a good flip, but
Okay.
Yeah,
So Pancake's got to clinch it here.
that's why I put as much power there.
3 points.
Not final
Doable.
question.
Okay.
moving on.
Okay, that's pretty good though. That's a free move, and the confront. That's still enough to be able to go for the DFO.
Okay,
Yep,
go ahead.
that's going to be game.
5 AT.
5,
Need 6 and 7. Yep.
that.
Yep.
Does that.
Bugle's out
Challenge.
of AT.
Yep. Now you can't
Alright.
challenge an already frightened friend. You do still have to frighten
One.
an actual friend to trigger moving out.
Correct.
3.
Well,
You have
I
no
mean,
AT.
there are 2 reasonable targets over there.
Nothing to stop.
Yeah.
Okay. So 1, 2, 3, 4. That's 4 AT.
Still gonna do the math.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I got this. I have it on board.
Yep. I wanted to see if you could see it.
Yep. I'm gonna frighten down Petting Zoo.
Okay.
Let's just make sure I win that.
I have 7 to your 9.
Yep.
Hmm.
1 for that.
Yep.
Didn't you started the turn with 5 AT, right?
Yes.
Right. And he
Okay, so
moved
you're
for
at 2.
free.
Okay.
And then,
Yep. And then
Yep,
shifted.
you got it.
For that.
No, you should be
Correct.
at 3 AT right
No,
now, right?
Go up there.
Alano. So
1
No,
for staff,
1 to activate staff.
for
Staff.
Pegasus.
Yes, and then 1 to move the
Okay.
Pegasus. So you should be at 3. Then 1
right,
to move
right.
the plushie
And then-
dash over here.
2 to move.
to
Okay.
the move.
Yep. Or 2 to move plushie dash rather.
Bring out your best.
Confront. And then
And then
eat,
take a
pick a
side.
side, pick a
rocket
side.
scooter.
Yeah, pick a side,
Yeah,
pick a side,
okay.
plushie dash at
To
home.
itself.
There we go.
3.
Well,
Yeah,
they'll still need to
you
win the
got it.
face-off, but
Boo.
yeah.
Boo.
Ah! Gotcha.
Okay.
All right, game 3.
Man, I so wish I had this out. If I had put more effort into getting this out, that game would have changed so much.
I lost a final question. Ugh.
Look, blue desperately needs final question right now.
It is a fantastic problem for blue. Absolutely.
Well, not only is it a
Right.
fantastic problem, I think
Okay.
blue, for the most part,
Quickly
needs it.
Finish out what I had recorded in for him.
Yeah.
There we go.
Okay. He's changed the backs of his cards yet again. Love it.
I
Yeah.
mean, yeah, that's what you can do with TTS, I guess.
Okay, game 3. Was it adventure or was it core?
Game 3 is going to be core, which I know Pancake was very disappointed at when he learned that.
Was he wanting to play against Meanie Bell's big sister?
I don't think so. but I believe it was his other adventure list that he wanted to be able to play.
Well, that would have been his matchup.
I guess so, yeah. Anyway, in core, he's going to end up playing against Bugle's mono orange exhaust control / farm, I believe is the way that he calls it.
Yeah, it's an interesting deck. Definitely mid-range paced here, but is fully dedicated to work hard, play hard, and trying to rely on Under the Weather as you have marked here. There's a lot of exhaust options in core right now, and being able to have a main that has big power that can also, through its effects and the effects of your friends, disrupt your opponent's deck, or disrupt your opponent's key friends and characters. It's pretty good.
Mm-hmm. Under the Weather is, it's a really good problem. Potentially, I was thinking about this before we went on. I have half a mind to say that Under the Weather is the strongest New Dawn card that hasn't seen widespread play.
I mean, the impact of Under the Weather can't really be overstated, especially early on, and that's the key here.
Mm-hmm.
Bugle is going to want to try to protect Under the Weather at all costs here early, because the longer that problem can stay in play, the more likely it is he's going to be able to set up a board of friends that are going to be shutting off abilities or exhausting every turn or whatever else he can do as far as soft disruption is concerned. And that just makes Under the Weather that much better.
Absolutely. In particular, given that he's playing against, I should say, Pancake's other core list is Fluttershy Nurturing Nature list. Given that that's a Confront-a-Flip main, affecting the early game economy can be really huge.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Now, what's also interesting here is Bugle actually has an option. If he believes that he can save a card like a Heat Wave or something else similar, he could potentially rely on Pancake using Nurturing Nature's effect at one point to boost Work Hard, Play Hard, but you're probably not going to do that. With the Honest Ponies, with the backdrafts, with your Heat Wave and your Apple Bloom, you're probably just going to say, I'm just going to exhaust your character and not risk letting you have control over whether or not my main flips. It is just a neat little thing to note.
Well, to be fair, he boarded out his backdrafts.
Yeah, that's true.
So either really relying on drawing that Honest Pony, or else perhaps is going to consider that play.
Well, so his options of playing any cards without Honest Pony, or without excluding Honest Pony, are he can play Grandparent, who can be useful, and that's about it. He can play Staff, and Staff would give him his color requirement.
Mm-hmm.
There's also the question of whether or not he's actually going to start with Under the Weather, or if he's going to start with Buckball strategy to open up his requirement to allow him to play more cards.
That is a fair point. Although
flipping into an Under the Weather later is not a terrible thing, but making it harder for your opponent to get that initial DFO off the ground, we'll have to see.
It is such a strong problem. I find it hard to believe that you could kind of trust a chance that hope that you get it later, given that it is a starting problem.
Well, it's the choice of do you want to trust a chance you'll get it later and guarantee yourself methods of additional cards, or do you want to trust the chance partially your opponent's actions allowing you to boost your main and then know that you'll have Under the Weather there?
Yep.
The information will be public. Your opponent will know you have Work Hard, Play Hard. Your opponent will know you have Under the Weather. Are they really going to do that for you?
Valid play. Valid consideration.
So that's the question.
Okay. And well, given that this is a control farm deck, we certainly expect this to be the slow deck of this game, as compared to Pancake's. Well, this time it's actually Pancake playing the yellow purple.
Well, and I was going to say, you say that the orange one is going to be slow, but it's got those legions in there. Like, don't knock that. That's a lot of points.
It's true. It's true. I mean, I guess that we expect it to follow the sort of, I don't know if this is standard per se, the control farm deck arc, where the early game's more about getting yourself set up, and then once you're in a good stable board state, then you turn on your own troublemakers and go that direction. The same way Hithrock likes to play all the time.
Perhaps. Let's take a look at Pancake's list.
So yes, this time it is Pancake on the yellow purple. But opening with Nurturing Nature instead of Thorax. Otherwise, fairly similar deck idea.
Yep, we see Headmares instead of Magical Ponies, hoping to get some benefit out of Unsats, I guess would be really the only event that you'd care about copying that much.
Yep. Only one that you... Well, I suppose you could copy Friends Are Always There. But that's less useful.
I missed that there at the top. It's not there with the other events. You're right. Running the Bad Hair Days, Gummies for some free additional power, Pegasus Royal Guard, Twilight and Fluttershy, citing out the 3 incriminating evidence and the 2 pirate ships. Doesn't seem like there's going to be a lot of force movement on Orange's side, so the pirate ship maybe not going to be that relevant. And the incriminating evidence, thinking that Bugle's going to score most of his points through farming or maybe just spending his AT. Interesting. It's an interesting card inclusion. I appreciate people playing and messing around with it. I know Living Silver absolutely loves that card.
It can be really great in the right circumstances, and certainly is it's another thing to have to think about. Which there's enough things to think about in this game already sometimes.
Yeah, Bugle brings up in chat that Pancake saw Big Mac Big Eater and said, "I'm just not gonna play resources."
Yeah. Well, I mean, he has 1 staff, I guess, but
well, staff you can make an exception for.
Fair enough.
I think we've seen enough metas with that card to know that okay, this is an anti-resource meta. Doesn't matter.
Yeah. With troublemakers on the other side and big stuff on the other side and somewhat slower deck on the other side, it seems pretty clear that Pancake is racing against the clock here. Gotta try to win fast.
Yep, and Bugle's got first turn here, first turn advantage. So let's see how it goes.
Absolutely. Game 3. And plenty of time left on the clock. I don't think we'll be needing it to the same extent we did during your match against Smithers. Or, well, hopefully not.
I hope so, because this was about as much time as we had left, a little less.
All right, let's get to it.
Okay.
Bugle's got the card he wants. He's got the Honest Pony, and the Under the Weather is there. But Pancake is looking super solid with 2 copies of Fluttershy Bad Hair Day and a Yona in hand. He's going to get a huge amount of power on the field for no AT investment if Bugle chooses to confront.
Let's see what to do.
He's got his point acceleration good to go in Bunyip.
Decision turn 1.
Got purple entry. He's got, no real bad cards over there.
Now, this is an interesting play because
okay, go ahead.
I'm not sure that I guess Bugle does want to have a method of scoring points early, but I'm surprised he didn't play the Storm King over to Buckball to tax Fluttershy.
I didn't quite look in time. Which Troublemaker did he play?
He played Grogar.
Okay.
I'll think.
I guess he figures that any Troublemaker there isn't really going to matter. Fluttershy's not going to spend the 2 AT.
It's Grogar!
She's going to try to find another way around, so that's probably the thought process here.
Makes sense. And Grogar can, of course, be any Troublemaker.
Will exhaust your main.
Even a Legion.
Turn my main over.
Oh, yeah, as you mentioned, Bugle has the, the ideal start.
I don't think it's possible, but it might be. I can't remember. We'll banish Grogar.
And so just to remind everyone what Under the Weather does, that means that Pancake has to pay 1 AT to get Fluttershy readied again, right?
Correct. If he chooses to.
Nope.
Yep. Only friends.
Under the weather. You had to pay 1 to ready
No.
that.
Oh. Okay, let me think on that. Oh, crap.
And you've drawn your card and gained AT.
Well, oh.
Ooh, Bugle giving no
Fudge,
quarter.
fudge. Okay.
Which, hey, it's game 3. And it is like
Just talking about
technically a
it.
tier 3 tournament, I guess.
I know. I was
Yeah.
paying attention to it and not that.
Yeah, I suppose.
Go.
Which, yeah,
You're
that's
Yeah.
pretty big.
Okay. Game 2. Draw a card. Uncover Legion.
I don't know how I feel about
I'm
that.
sure you're not surprised.
Yeah, no, that's probably game right there. We'll see.
And it's going to be an uphill battle for Pancake from here, that's for sure.
I think we're going to go ahead and pay.
Although, as
3.
mentioned,
Pay 3.
Bugle confronts. Those Fluttershies are going to hit the field at least,
Yeah, we'll pay 3 to play Apple Bloom.
which looks like it's going to happen.
Scarface?
Yep.
Confront for 1. Pass turn.
When you confront.
Oh no. Oh no!
Yep, there's the Angels.
Fair enough. Oops.
Okay. So he's going to have
Alright.
6 AT,
Pay 1 during exhaust.
or 5 AT
Okay.
rather.
Yeah.
2 to move. He still needs 2 more power.
Well, he can get it.
Oof,
That's not going to be a problem because he
Okay.
can actually drop the Yona here.
Right. Yona can hit
So that's at
Apple
6 when I
Bloom.
move. I'll bring in Gummy. for 7.
Jeez. Okay.
I'm
Fair enough. I guess I shouldn't have confronted the problem.
surprised he used the Gummy there. The Gummy wasn't necessary.
Anything else?
Yes. I'm gonna play
Yeah,
Yona.
there's the Yona.
What is this?
Yellow?
Okay.
And the
Yeah,
Bunyip.
sorry.
Okay.
And he's just fully
Well,
committing.
Fair enough.
That'll teach me to confront
This will be a single face-off, I guess.
Okay.
It will.
Confront.
You got it.
That's
but
why I
mean,
want.
I will
That's
bounce
why I wonder about the
something.
Gummy.
Back.
Right.
Like it doesn't
There's
actually
Bunyip.
do anything for you here.
Oh crud, that's still a confront. That's still a face-off though.
It is still.
Yeah.
You're at 2 points.
Oh, well, for what it's worth,
I think
we
you're
were
happy.
talking about the need to keep Under the Weather in play as long as
Sorry, there
possible.
is
That's
knowledge
going away
now
quickly.
because I grabbed that.
Well, that's true. We'll have to see what else comes up.
Oh yeah, I would do that.
No. There we go.
Yeah, playing that Apple Bloom might have just cost me the game here, honestly. Okay.
Both players thinking they've just lost game with single mistakes here. I mean, it is a high stakes tournament, so
Yeah.
Kind of hoping I could have that problem for more than
Alright.
I did. Oh well.
I think yeah, I'll drop Gummy.
Okay. Anything else?
So Bugle in
Nope.
chat saying that he thinks the Gummy was correct.
but readying the Fluttershy wasn't. I can see that. The Gummy's free. You can save the 1 AT that way because Fluttershy doesn't need to be
game
ready
3?
at her problem where she's confronting. You just need to confront her
Put
problem.
a
But-
fear
And
counter on your main.
with the Yonas plus the but
Draw your
again.
Oh, I see what you
with the-
mean. Okay.
What?
Yeah, but with the Bunyip that he was going to play and the Yona, that's your
What are
7
you
power
even-
right there. So
I-
again,
Oh,
what
you
did
hit 1 and
what
you
did
were
Gummy
undying.
actually accomplish?
I hate when that happens.
Hmm.
Okay.
Because you've got double Fluttershy plus Yona plus Bunyip. There's your 7.
Put a Troll Maker into play.
Crud.
And
Yeah.
Yeah.
I missed that Troublemaker again.
That's going to be the Storm King from his hand.
Oh yes, the Storm King he's had since the start of the game. Yep. Okay. Pretty good Troublemakers.
Start. Okay.
Makes hand not great against Troublemakers at the moment.
Not the best. But he's got 3 Swift friends and 4 Swift friends in play, if you technically count the Bunyip at home.
I guess so, yeah. Yeah. Fluttershy is Swift, isn't
Swift.
she?
okay.
She sure is.
So yeah, get started. I guess he doesn't know that that's Storm King, but
He doesn't. This is I can understand why he makes this play. What is the worst thing this can possibly be? It can possibly be a Grogar that would frighten all your friends. Okay, that's not great.
So
but you already know there's one of them gone.
Grogar
Okay,
is
what's
probably
the
most
what's the
likely
second
option
best thing this
to
could
send
be?
me
I
a
think
problem.
Bugle's running
I
Vicious
can
Vengeance in
frighten
this
them
list. I'll have to
down,
verify.
but,
He is, yes.
Okay,
given
so
exhaust,
you
6
lose
cards
the
in
benefit
hand,
of your Swift,
I
but you
definitely
gain a
need 2
point
up
there,
but you can
and
always
none
use
of your
a
friends are really
overshot
disrupted
of
beyond
2
being sent
to
back
solve
home.
that, but I have
Again,
so
not
I would
great,
need to move
but okay, sure.
all 3. So I am just
It's
going to
almost certainly not
spend some
another Legion.
HP,
It could be a
was hoping
Tempest.
for the
It
points. I
could
will
be
move to the start of my
a
court phase.
Storm
I
King.
move to end my main phase.
Yep, that's fine.
Okay. I believe that
And then
no
I'll
in
confront
chat
my
was
boss
Bugle
strategy
saying he
here.
doesn't run Vicious Vengeance. I suppose I've looked
Boy,
at too
do I
many
wish
lists
that was
containing
Grogar
piles of
right now.
troublemakers today. I got them mixed up.
Taking a look at Bugle's list,
Grogar.
correct. He's got Winterzilla, Storm King,
Uncover
Grogar,
Storm
and
King.
Legion.
Well,
Okay.
we'll put a fear counter on your main first.
Oh, yeah.
So yeah,
God,
Pancake
that's
is
painful.
happy to see Storm King there, given the play he made.
And no Tempest. I don't know why I thought there was
Ta-ta-ta.
Tempest. I meant Winterzilla.
See, we both looked at lots of troublemakers today.
Too much Seleno.
Alrighty. So on Bugle's side,
gonna
yep,
play a
Monumental makes sense.
Mhm.
He is afraid of dilemmas more than anything right now.
Makes total sense. Now, Pancake's not going to care about that. He's got the Bryans in play.
And
Or
we'll
Bryans
play
in hand, rather.
And we'll exhaust Yona.
Mhm.
Sure.
This token is going to represent who Applejack has locked down.
Well, when Applejack does lock something down, she hasn't locked it down yet.
It hasn't happened yet. Seems likely. I mean, it's gonna happen this turn
Yes,
regardless.
go ahead.
Start a turn. Nothing. Draw.
All right, there's a dilemma,
Okay.
and that's corralling.
This is
okay.
This is so huge. If he can make this here, if he can Brian get rid of Monumental Evil, then play the Sanctuary, or is that Corralling Critters?
That's corralling critters. So he has to beat the Storm King first.
Start of turn, put a fear counter
Okay.
on your main.
Oh, he just passed.
We will
Hmm.
start of turn. Grubber will exhaust one of your bad hair days.
Interesting.
Draw cards for turn.
Okay.
Okay.
Pancake says about those Bryans.
Hmm.
Oh, I see what that does.
Many ellipses.
On what?
Oh, the untap button. It
Oh.
just rotates everything 90 degrees.
It
if
sure
it's small.
does. Let's see.
So Bugle's
Challenge
holding the Heat Wave and the power play, so it's
If I
very
lose, it's
unlikely
pretty
that Pancake's
bad.
going to end up breaking through
Well,
the
if I
traditional
lose-
method.
I'll challenge here.
In fact, Bugle's gonna
Front
get rid of the Epic himself.
or
3
Sure.
on 6 or 3 on 4.
Oh,
yeah.
that's
I'm
that'll do it.
score
Alright.
2.
Okay, that's enough for him to be confronting now with the Grubber. So we got the points being scored.
Let's see here.
Is he gonna put Grogar there himself? I think so.
Pay 1
Yeah, sure.
for a troublemaker.
Grubber can be frightened, but
Pay 2.
the much bigger hit to Pancake
is that
than it is to
right?
him.
It's an interesting call to move.
I think right. We'll move Applejack.
Yeah, so
Oh.
move AJ up there and just plan on using the Heat Wave.
Confront for 1.
Yep.
We'll
Right,
continue
to
keep Yona locked down.
avert the
Sounds good.
single.
Right. If he has to.
Pass turn.
With Yona locked down, Pancake does need to devote extra resources if he wants to force a
3
single.
on 2.
Mm.
Draw 1.
Okay, well, Rush Makeover's a nice draw.
Mm-hmm.
Rush Makeover, Pegasus Royal Guard, Brian, and like Canterlot Citizens or something similar.
Yeah, getting Pegasus Royal Guard into play early will be a nice idea. Doesn't matter if they're exhausted; they still make more tokens.
Can he DFO there? So Corralling Critters, then Rushed Makeover, then Pegasus Royal Guard. Yeah, he can DFO outside of Bugle disrupting him. The question is whether or not he wants to.
2 to rally.
He's just going to go for points.
1 to move.
Swift. Okay.
Okay, does need still one more power over there.
He'll have the Fluttershy.
Oh right, Fluttershy. Yeah. Although that face-off is hard to win then. It was 0 points. 0 points. Good old block Paul.
And he'd still be able to bounce the Grubber with the Yona.
Good
Because
point.
he'd still be confronting that problem. For all those sweet, sweet bonus points.
I'm gonna play.
Is going to play the Counterlot
Sound
Citizens.
Citizens to home. Go
Sure.
ahead.
Yep.
I mean, that's a good investment for the
I will
future.
move to end of my main phase.
Okay,
Right.
we'll pay 1.
Oh, yeah. We know he is getting
We'll
heat waved, so.
exhaust Counterlot Citizens, and we'll turn off your main.
Right. So no confront.
Correct.
I miscalculated that.
And this is about to get real bad for Pancake.
Right.
Okay, anything else?
Nope.
Okay.
Garbage.
I think one of those Bryans may have done some good there.
Yep.
Even if you weren't going to use it on the Monumental. Having that one
will
extra power
exhaust
might
your
have
main.
really mattered.
I'll draw a card for turn.
Yeah, it would have been enough.
Uncover Trollmaker. Or, nope, Fear
Yep,
Fear
I
Well,
Counter.
to at least get him
Okay,
1
thank you.
point.
Uncover Trollmaker.
Yep. Now, the good news is, well, there's still 2 exhausted characters, so AJ is actually still at 5 power here. And Bugle's got the action tokens to be able to play the power play if he wants, so challenging
I was gonna
Grogar
wait till
is
his
a
turn, but fair
perfectly
enough.
fine play, especially
I will
since
challenge
there's
5
a number
on
of counters on
Yep.
Fluttershy from Legion of Doom having been there forever. So,
Right. Yeah.
Okay,
You got it?
score 2.
so Bugle takes the point lead
Now what?
and will be able to confront again.
Yeah.
He has a Winterzilla, not super useful, no other troublemakers in hand. It could be setting up eventually to
don't
go
know.
after Legion with one of his friends.
And that would make sense. 4 counters means Legion has effectively 3 power.
And would have 2 by the time
pay 1 to draw.
he'd have an opportunity to challenge it. Heat
Oh,
Wave's a nice
Heat
draw.
Wave. Ooh. Looking real good.
Mm-hmm. I don't know if you do anything else here. I think you might just wait.
Put out the Winterzilla.
Trollmaker into play.
A little interesting.
And proceed
It's
to
gonna
phase.
make it so it blocks the problem for a turn.
For one.
Actually using a troublemaker for the troublemaker's intended method
And
of blocking problems from confronts instead
end
of
of
having
turn,
ridiculous
Counterlot
abilities.
Citizens.
Man, when was the last time that happened?
Go ahead.
Right?
Like, even in Premiere, people didn't do that.
Play exhausted. AT.
What are you implying that
Okay.
you wouldn't have played Yellow Parasprite as a 4 power 1 bonus troublemaker? Because that's exactly what Bugle just did here.
Okay. I mean, it's a good point. I feel like that's not what caused all the exaggerated size and eye rolls when they came off on turn 1.
Brush makeover.
Actually, this now has encouraged me to design a no text troublemaker
Royal Guard.
for like
Okay,
starter
that'll
decks or
cost you
something.
1.
Yep.
No response.
I wonder what a no-text troublemaker would have to look
Well, it would be a troublemaker,
like.
and it would have a point value and
drawing
power,
cast.
and then it would have no text.
Oh well.
I guess so.
Pretty good.
I suppose it's the numbers that are a little bit more interesting to think about. Anyway. Aha, we just suckered you into a
Right.
tangent here on Meticulous Talk.
Ah, haha, it's tangent talks.
You get a copy of
Yep.
Royal Guard.
All right. Right. So, I guess it's Royal Guard. Brian is a proc of Royal Guard.
Okay.
All right. You have it. You have it. But I'm going to use Brian and
Which
dismiss
is
Monumental Evil.
enough.
Okay. It's
Yeah,
done.
definitely get rid of that.
I had those a while ago in my hand, and I just didn't realize they had that text on them for some
1,
reason.
2, 3, 4, 5.
And,
One
all
short.
right. I will
Fluttershy
move
is up,
you
though,
before the
so-
start of my score phase.
Oh, but
Good.
Bugle has a
Go
heat
for
wave.
it.
I will move
Oh,
to
okay.
confront Buckball strategy.
Okay. You
Nah.
confront.
I guess he's okay with letting this
Face off.
happen.
Sure.
I have 5. You have, let's see.
I have
1?
5. 5? Oh,
Try
yes,
it.
yes.
Yeah, Legion, you know, that card. That card that does the
Alright.
thing.
It's a.
The thing being everything.
Uh-huh.
All right.
Um,
I'm just flipping these over to
Yes, I
look at
understand,
them
yes.
during
well,
this phase.
Pancake does at least
Um,
have 2
1 went
Royal Guards in
4.
play.
True.
Oh,
So
Fluttershy
yeah,
is
Fluttershies are
gone.
definitely gone. You got to get rid of one more.
I
What's it
do
going to
not know
be?
how to play
2 more,
aggro.
actually.
That is annoying.
It's
I think
probably
you find
Canterlot
citizens.
Citizens.
Yeah.
Oh, does not.
They
So I
are
only have
not
4.
worth
You
a whole
could
lot
retire them if you wanted, though.
the way this board's shaping up.
That
Because there's
deck
currently nothing else that's exhausted
has
besides
no
his main,
board
so
movement,
it
but if
will
you
nerf
move
Applejack's
a royal
power
guard
here
and play
to
more
prevent
royal
her from
guards,
being
they
able to
do more
confront
royal
Mystery
guards.
at Hopala by herself, unless Bugle has
So
another method of
is
exhausting.
a frightened Yona is worse right now than a
Oh,
frightened.
citizens do ignore home limit. You're right.
Okay.
Good point. Yeah.
Ooh, I still might have done it anyway.
Okay.
Well, there's a troublemaker coming up here. You assume it's an epic.
Um,
And
put a counter on your main,
there's the counter.
which I should have done before drawing, but oh well. Here we are. Trollmaker face.
Surprise, surprise.
Winter Zola.
It's a 4-power 1 bonus
Um,
troublemaker.
Just not pay the 1.
Paying the
For
1 would be such
hopefully
a
obvious reasons.
Such a
bad
troll
manners
move.
play. Yeah.
It would be pretty disrespectful. Good for casual matches, maybe not so much for invitationals. Got about 20 minutes that have passed so far since the start of the game. AJ's going to move up and be able to confront that solo.
Yep.
Pay 3
3
for
for
Apple Blue.
Apple
Yep.
Bloom. Sure.
And Bugle sees the writing on the wall here as well, which is confront, go to 9, next turn, beat up Legion,
hold
go
on.
to 12, DFO,
you-
score 3.
I will.
Or
He's
3.
5 power.
Yep, that'll do it.
Exhausted
Yep.
characters.
Yep.
Sorry.
This is what you have to be looking for. Think a turn or two ahead, count how many points you have to get there.
Okay.
Don't just try and
Go
focus
ahead.
on the
I will
biggest
keep
burst you can make in any
locked
one
out.
turn.
Yep.
Look at how close you are to winning and try not to leave yourself short if you can.
Yep. Viable advice. I need to work on that myself.
Yeah, I could have had this match. Why am I so bad at?
Yeah, there's no
I practice too much.
difference between being at 14 and being at 0 if your opponent can just come back and win the turn afterwards. That being said, there's a pretty significant point gap here.
Very true. And Pancake's deck is short on disruption. With what's going to be 6 counters on his main, that Legion is
No.
dead.
Corralling critters. Okay.
Pretty much.
Growling critters.
Dilemma's good.
Response.
Okay.
And you can pay 2 and move.
Pay 2 and move. Gonna have to pay 1 to proc critters.
Sure.
For
That's fine. Critters are now in play. That's 2 friends this turn. Does he have anything else he can play for 1? Nothing he can play for 1?
Oh, right. I'm an idiot. I'm sorry. I cannot play aggro. I'm gonna concede here. I have nothing. Like I had all the ways that could have beaten you and played nothing in any correct order that was anything.
Oh, I'm sorry about that.
Wow.
Like, it's not that this deck is bad. I had those Brians forever. I've had this Corralling Critters forever. I've had this Pegasus Royal Guard, and I didn't realize that they continually amplify, and it's just a.
Oh. Yeah, first time playing with PRG. Yeah. That makes sense. Well, it's the challenge of Invitational, though, is people have to step outside their comfort zones. You're decks that you either haven't had the opportunity to test thoroughly, or maybe you've tested them somewhat, but you're not 100% familiar with these cards like you would be with your primary deck archetype. You are forced to be in a position where sometimes you don't know exactly the right play instinctually.
Mm-hmm. That's the idea. And I mean, the good news for Pancake is he's not out. It's a double elimination this year.
That's right.
He will be as the loser of the quarterfinal. His next match will be against Smithers. Meanwhile, Bugle is moving on to face you in the semifinal.
Correct. Is his next match against Smithers, or is it against? Is it against? Oh yeah, it is against Smithers. You're right.
Yes, the bracket crossover happens in the next round.
Right. That does make sense. And then Cheese would play the loser of me or Bugle.
That is correct. Yes.
Yes. Okay. Cool.
The winner of Pancake versus Smithers plays the loser of Josh versus Jacob Stewart. And then yes, Cheese, having beaten Ivory, will play the loser of your match against Bugle. That's correct.
All right. Well, the competition is heating up, and we've seen all of the decks now. Well, all of the players.
All the players, not necessarily all the decks. Good number
No.
of the decks.
Good number.
Heating up just to take a small breather because we're not going to have a stream next week due to Ciderfest. We'll come back after that with the next rounds.
It's going to be exciting.
Speaking of Ciderfest, by the way, here we are at the end of the stream. An opportunity for you to talk about the thing that Sim's doing at Ciderfest, I guess.
Well, that's fair. Thank you for the shameless plug opportunity, which we will certainly also be plugging tomorrow. Sim is going to be at Ciderfest as community guest. We're not going to be running the CCG events this year. That's going to be Joking Luna. So there are still 3 events that you can go and participate in, and I would recommend players attending do so. But Sim is actually going to have a panel that we've been excited about for some time, which is the first Design a Card panel that we've ever done. Interplay used to do some of these back in the day, way back in the day. And we're bringing it back. It's a chance for you to come in and share your thoughts on what you'd like to see for future cards. We'll talk about top-down versus bottom-up design. We'll talk about a little bit of design theory, and then we'll have some options for players to actually design a card that will be printed in or released rather in a future expansion to this game.
Future expansion. So set 13 is too final to be adding anything to, I'm sure.
These will not be in set 13. Yeah, Fond Memories is basically locked at this point, but that's okay. It's going to be a really, really cool time. We're hoping that we can also have a Twitch audio stream set up as well, so that those of you who aren't able to attend that panel in person can still share your thoughts.
Oh, I was about to say that I was super bummed about not being able to come. I may just attend, I guess, remotely.
We will have more information about that in the week leading up to Ciderfest, so that'll be great. We're also going to be in the vendor hall this year. We do have some sealed products still, as well as the first print and play starter decks that have ever been created. So if you are a new player and you have been trying to find a good place to start, well, here's an easy opportunity.
Absolutely, we've had a number of those around Discord lately, starter decks are all pretty old lately. So.
Yep, when every single starter deck, even the most recent one, still has the rules wrong on first to confront bonus, it was probably time to create something new.
Seems so.
Yeah. Anyway, thank you for having me, sir. I appreciate commentating as always.
Absolutely, it's always a joy to be able to commentate with you. And we'll see. We have a number of streams left. Maybe have you on again at some point in the future. Near future, okay. I guess I should say.
And thank you to everyone here in chat watching, and to Bugle and Pancake for providing some additional commentary and insight as the game went along.
Mm-hmm. Yep. If you want to watch any of our previous games, including the lower bracket match between Cheese and Ivory, which we just posted earlier this week. Let me find the YouTube link here quickly. You will be wanting to head over to our YouTube channel to watch it. All of the lower bracket matches, except for the lower bracket final, later in November, are going to be going there, not here to Twitch, so we'll have to go to YouTube to watch them. There it is. And this match will be going up on Monday, our usual upload time. Otherwise, as mentioned, no stream next week because of Ciderfest. And we'll be coming back the week after with the first of our semifinal matches between Josh and Jacob.
Excellent.
Until then, I have been Cursor Chords.
I've been Grand Pulse.
And enjoy your week, everyone.
Bye.